Before there were guitars, before there were studios, before there were radios, microphones, and loudspeakers, there was sound. There was the sound of the feet touching the earth. There was the sound of hands clapping together. There was the sound of voice rising together under the open sky. This is where the Kamba music was born. Welcome to Mukamba, the Chronicles of Kamba music. In this series, we journey through time, tracing the evolution of Kamba music, from sacred traditional rhythms such as Kilumi, Mbalya, Mbeve, and Kilui, all the way to modern Benga heard today in the music of Ken Maria, Katombi, Maima, Otivoi, and many others. But before we can understand modern Kamba music, we must understand where it began. Because they are Kamba people, music was never just entertainment. Music was life itself. In traditional Kamba society, there was no word that meant music as a separate activity. Music was not something you attended, it was something you lived. Every stage of life had its own rhythm. When a child was born, songs welcomed new life. When a boy or a girl was initiated into adulthood, songs guided courage and endurance. When people married, songs celebrated unity and responsibility. When elders passed on, songs mourned, remembered, and honored them. Music accompanied farming, hunting, storytelling, healing, and prayer. There was no stage, there was no audience, everyone participated. Young and old, men and women, voices blended together, not for perfection, but for togetherness. To sing alone was rare. To sing together was natural. Music bound the community into one heartbeat. The Kamba did not write history in books. They sang it. Songs carried stories of migration, of drought, of war, of bravery, and of wisdom. A song could preserve an event for generations. An elder did not need to lecture a young person. A song could teach respect. A song could warn against pride. A song could remind the youth who they were and where they came from. Lyrics were simple but powerful. Repetition was intentional so that memory could not fail. Call and response allowed everyone to participate. The leader guided the song, but the community completed it. Music was the library, music was the classroom, and music was the law. The earliest Kamba music did not begin with instruments. It began with human body. The voice was the first instrument. Hands followed. Feet followed. The earth itself became part of the rhythm. Later came simple instruments, especially kidembe, the drum. The drum was not beaten randomly, it spoke. Different rhythms sent carried different messages. A certain drum pattern could call people together. Another would announce danger. Another would signal a ritual was about to begin. The drum connected the physical world to the spiritual one. Its rhythm followed the heartbeat, steady, alive, unstoppable. Even silence had meaning. A pause in music could be more powerful than sound. The Kamba music was very deeply spiritual. Certain songs were not performed casually, they were sacred. Music was believed to open communication between the living and the ancestors. During rituals, specific music and rhythms invited spiritual presence. Singing incorrectly but at the wrong time was considered disrespectful. This is why the elders protected musical knowledge. Not everyone could lead a ritual song. Not everyone could play certain drums. Music carried responsibility. It was not for fame. It was not for money. It was for balance between people, nature, and the unseen world. From this deep foundation, structured rhythms began to emerge. Each rhythm had a purpose. Kilumi, sacred, slow, and powerful, used during rituals, healing, and times of drought. Mbalya, fast, energetic, celebratory, marking joy, victory, and communal pride. Mbeve and Kilui, everyday rhythms, work songs, children's songs, and storytelling melodies. These were not genres chosen for preference. These were chosen by occasion. You did not play Kilumi for celebration. You did not play Mbalya for mourning. Music respected context. That discipline gave Kamba music its depth and dignity. As time passed, the world around the Kamba began to change. New religion arrived. New systems of governance appeared. New instruments will later enter the land. But even as change came, traditional rhythms did not disappear immediately. They adapted. They resisted. They survived. Quietly, in ceremonies, villages, and memory. Modern Kamba music stands on this foundation. Every guitar rhythm, every lyric, every melody traces its root back to the drum, the voice, and the community. To understand where Kamba music is going, we must never forget where it started. Today, music is often consumed alone, through earphones and screens. But traditional Kamba music was created for togetherness. It asks people to gather, to listen, to respond, to belong. As we celebrate modern Kamba music, we must ask ourselves an important question. What did we gain? And what did we lose? In the next episode, we journey through some of these Kamba music melodies, a journey of evolution of the Kamba music, the most sacred rhythm of their Kamba, where music has been a prayer for healing, a call to ancestors, for work, entertainment, and many other purposes. This has been Wathi wa Mukamba, the Chronicles of Kamba music. Wano wito niwo utie wa wito.